Hi everyone, Antoinette here. Today I'm going to talk about 5 ways that you can better remember other people's names. You know what it feels like when somebody that you've met sees you again and they actually use your name. It's obvious they remember it. It makes you feel good. But you also try to be forgiving when they don't remember your name because so many of us have difficulty remembering other people's names. The first thing that will help you to remember someone's name when you meet them is by asking them to clarify the spelling of it. Now, you're going to think, I don't need to know how to spell their name. And you're right, you don't usually need to know how to spell their name. However, if you ask them about the spelling, it helps you to actually remember their name. So you can't do this in any situation. Like if somebody's name is Jim, Jim is usually Jim, but you can do it in a lot of situations. Like for instance, you meet someone named Kathy. You can say, is it Kathy with a C or a K? And is it Kathy with a Y or a IE? And two things happen as a result. Number one, they feel like you really care enough about their name to ask for the spelling. And secondly, it'll plant it into your brain where the next time you see them, you'll better be able to remember their name. And you'll probably better be able to remember how their name is spelled at the same time. This second trick for remembering names actually helps you improve your memory with anything and not just names. There's been a couple of studies, one by Montclair State University and another by UCLA. And in both of these studies, they found that by clenching the right fist when you are trying to process information, so for instance, somebody's giving you their name and you're clenching your right fist, not visible like this, but down at your side, for about 90 seconds will help form that memory. And then whenever you want to recall the person's name, you clench your left fist, which helps with recalling memory. As a result of these studies, scientists concluded that clenching the fist activates certain brain areas associated with memory formation and recall. Just remember that when you see the person next, to clench that left fist for memory recall. The third way to help you remember names is by repeating it at the end of the conversation. Say you've met somebody for the first time and at the end of the conversation you say, hey, it's been great talking to you, Sue. You're saying their name again. But what if you've already forgotten it? This is the perfect time to admit it. This is the perfect time to say, I am so sorry, I already forgot. Can you remind me of your name again? And then repeat it back to them once they have told you. And when the conversation ends, you are walking away having just heard their name again. Now, before I get to number 4 and number 5, I want to point out a video that I did on how you can help people to remember your name. Because if you have a name like myself, Antoinette, it can be really difficult for people to remember it. Or sometimes even when it's a common name, people don't remember it. So I've got a video above and in the description below that gives specific ways that you can help people remember your name. Number 4 and number 5 do take more time. So it's not something that you're going to be able to think immediately as far as recall. However, sometimes if you've got a little bit of time, they can save you. Number 4 is by silently going through the alphabet. Now, hopefully the person's name is not Will or Yolanda at the end of the alphabet, but when you silently go through the alphabet, you're in your head, your brain will recognize usually if that name started with a certain letter, and usually that's all you need to trigger that memory for that name. And another foolproof way to remember someone's name, although you have to be disciplined to do it, and that is enter it into your phone. You know, we have these smartphones that are such great tools, and we don't even so many times think about actually entering someone's name into our phone and categorizing where did you meet them. Sure, it's not something that you can pull up automatically if you see the person unexpectedly, but a lot of times before you're going to an event or before you're going into some kind of social setting, to look over that list and think, okay, who might be there that I've met before and how can I remember their name? So to have their name and a little description about them is sure to help. Now, do you have creative ways for remembering names? If you do, I would love for you to write them in the comments below, and I hope that you will like and subscribe to my channel.